Well, hello there friends and happy Easter! Now for this video, I have a very special collage planned. So let's get to it. Now for this collage, I have all of the images already picked out. All I have to do is cut them out and make a collage out of them. But before I do that, I want to show you exactly where I got all of these images. Now for the first one, it comes from this book of animals, and it is our star of the show, this little European rabbit. So that is what I'm going to be using for this Easter themed collage. And the next image comes from this Vintage Life magazine from September 23rd, 1940. That was 10 cents. And it was a whole $4.50 for the whole year subscription. But I've never used a cover for any of my collages that I can remember. But I'm going to be using this cover, but the back of it, for the background of this collage. I love the way the rainbow looks, and the color I think will contrast with the rest of the collage very well. So that's gonna be the background. And then inside of this same Life magazine, I ended up finding this little ad for beech nut gum, which I'm going to be including in the collage as well. And next we have this Vintage Life magazine from October 12th, 1942. And the two images that I found in this one, the first one is a Milky Way ad. How cool is that? So I'm gonna be using that as well. And then this Campbell's Soup ad. And I'm going to be using this little can of a new and improved recipe, tomato soup. And these next images come from this Vintage Life magazine from October 28th, 1940. The first one I have for you guys is this vintage Spam ad. How fun is that? So I'm gonna be using this little can of Spam for the collage. You'll see, it all comes together. And then I found this. And no, I'm not gonna be using the turkey or the boy, but I will be using this little jar of Bosco milk amplifier. You know how much I love my Bosco, right? Even though I've never tried it. It has a special little spot in my heart from that episode of Laverne and Shirley. Every time I can hear Lenny and Squiggy's voice in my head. Bosco! And for the final images, we have this Vintage Life magazine from May 31st, 1937. And it is falling apart on me, but I think it's pretty cool how there is the Golden Gate Bridge in this image. But for our main character, our star, I'm going to be using the engineer who built the Golden Gate Bridge. So, yes. And then I'm going to be using this awesome vehicle that I found in this advertisement in this same Vintage Life magazine. All right, now that we have all of our elements that we're going to be using, now is time to cut them all out and then arrange them into our collage. Alrighty, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is cut out this background here, which I shall be using my cutting board for, just so we can get a nice exact cut. I think that'll be nice. Ooh, I might have to trim the bottom there, it doesn't quite fit. You hear that? That's some intense cutting. Oh no! Oh no! And I tore it. Oh, it's okay, it's not the end of the world, but that does kind of stink, not gonna lie. Always be careful with these things. And I didn't cut enough off. I'm just showing you guys what not to do, okay? On to the next edge here. Alright, I think that is good there. A nice cut. Oh, not enough. Do like that. Nice cut again. Ooh, very nice. Hey, I'm getting better at it. Hey, look at that. What a nice square. We got our background right here. Just take a look at that. How beautiful is that background? Now, I'm just gonna cut everything else out and then we'll arrange it on our background here. Got some progress here on the head of our rabbit. Oh, don't cut the ears. Don't cut the ears. We need those. And look who's all cut out. Yay. And next we have our vehicle all cut out, and I think I'm going to place it right here, which I think is pretty cool because you have like this rainbow here. It's like the rainbow is filling up this vehicle full of goodies for the Easter Bunny to hand out to everyone. It's cool. And now I had to use my X-Acto knife for the mirror and that, well, the window there and the mirror, because in this little window mirror thing was some green. So I cut that up. So, yes. Now I'm going to cut out our engineer. Ooh, it's a body with a floating head. Oh man. It's not a Halloween, but that is kind of spooky. A little scary if you ask me. And I like how he's kind of leaned up against this piece of, I think that's some sort of wire that they use to hang some of the stuff. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, anyways. I like his, the angle in which he's standing. That way the Easter Bunny can lean up against his vehicle. Cutting out around his shoe. Yeah, like I've said before, with these black and white images, it's hard to tell exactly what to keep because some of it just blends in. What I do is I try to figure out what makes sense, you know, like the width of a leg or the angle that he's standing in and whatnot and all that fun stuff. So that's what I do, and I oftentimes will turn it multiple times as I'm cutting things out to make sure that what I'm cutting out makes sense and, you know, I'm getting all the right angles and whatnot. So, yeah. Yeah, but I think this is making some sense. We have our headless man. And I think, ooh, standing over here. Or, yeah, I mean, we can kind of cover up those tires or something. I feel like I always kind of like find backgrounds and stuff that are a little small. Oh no, what do I do? Could I put him in behind? And it's covering up a lot of his outfit. Kind of like these. Or he's loading it. I could do something like that. Like, he has powers where he's loading everything into his... Oh my goodness. Oh, I really liked the outfit the way it was, but this is not something I was expecting would happen. But let's see how this looks. Oh. Something like this I think will work. Yeah, oh, this is funny. I got the hat here. I have to hold it all funny because I ripped it, but let's just see. Oh, you know what else I would have to do? I would have to cut in between the ears to see how the hat would look on his head, if it even fits on his head. That might actually work. We can kind of put it at an angle there. And then maybe have one ear, like maybe this one in the front and then that one in the back, maybe. And then the hat like this. Man, I kind of like that hat. Yeah, let me cut in between his ears, which I'll just take my handy dandy X-Acto knife. I knew the word. The word was in there somewhere. Alright, we'll cut in between the ears. So I was thinking something like this with the hat and have it kind of, see, like something like this. Maybe tilt it a bit. We have our Bosco milk amplifier cut out. And I must encourage you guys, if you haven't seen many of the older TV shows from the early 70s, heck, even the 50s and 60s, go check them out. Like, yeah, we have a lot of newer TV shows, but there's something about those older TV shows that are just They're wonderful. So go check out Laverne and Shirley. Like, I love that show when my parents shared it with me. And I'm sure you guys would get a kick out of that show too. The Dick Van Dyke Show, amazing. Gotta love it. Alright, cutting out my next treat that the Easter Bunny could bring. The next thing we have is our can of Spam. Right next to our Bosco right there. You know what I'm gonna be using this turkey for later in the year. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Now, part of me is thinking that I really want to use some foam squares for all these different food items, just to give it that dimension that I like adding to the collages. But a part of me is like, yo, you're using too many foam squares. Just glue things down for a change, you know? Like, it's okay to use glue again, you know? Check it out. All we need is a grilled cheese now, huh? Some soup. Some soup. Here we go, our next goodie from the Easter rabbit. How magical is this? I could just be like, yo, done. Collage done, except the rabbit's head is not attached. It's okay. The Easter Bunny is pure magic. He will get his head back on to his crazy engineer's body. Oh, you guys didn't know? It was the Easter rabbit that built the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes. I think I'm gonna take the small box of Milky Way chocolate bars here. I'm just gonna cut the guy's thumb off there so you can't really see it. But this little box of Milky Ways is going to be the last little goodie that the Easter Bunny could possibly bring you. Oh my goodness, why are we blurring every 2 seconds? Yo, this is not cool. You are killing my vibe, camera. And the collage is done. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna get this hat on our rabbit. Come on, there we go. All right, that'll be good for the hat. Just gonna tape it so it stays in place. Now that we have the hat intact to our rabbit there, we're going to get the rabbit's head on the body here. How funny is that, right? That's so funny. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's just kind of like all descending upon this vehicle. Some is going in, some is all about. Yeah, it's just magic going on. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is glue everything together. First things first, I think I'm gonna glue down the Milky Way because I like how it is. Uh-oh. Oh, my Milky Way is stuck to the glue. And then I think I'm gonna take the bunny, glue him down next. Yeah. I'm loving how this is turning out. This is awesome, you guys. I said something like this at an angle. Yes. Oh, I love this. This is great. This is great. And then just kind of smooth everything down. Work your way off to the sides, get any bubbles or any wrinkles out. Make sure everything's flat as you're placing it down. Using a simple glue stick like this disappearing purple, it goes on purple, dries clear, so you can't even see it, and everything sticks very well to the glue stick. So I love using the glue sticks for these collages. Plus, you don't have to worry about wrinkling with a glue stick. Get this. Oh no! Okay, that mirror almost came off. Oh no, it came off! Oh no! My little mirror. Guess the movie on that one, but oh no. Or my tiny mirror. I always do this. I always go too rough with the glue or something and then something falls off or tears off or whatever. That's okay, I can glue it back in place. Tiny mirror was somewhere over here. Can't remember exactly where it was. I'm just gonna guess it was right there. Now I will say this glue stick dries pretty quickly, so once you get the glue on there, I would give it no more than like 10 seconds before you glue it to the page, just because it dries pretty quickly. So, all right. Now, let's do this. Stick this right here, and this Spam in behind it, kind of like this. Yeah, I like that. I like how that looks. The Spam down. Uh-oh, uh-oh, oh no, did you see that? Kind of ripped there, because I had glue on my finger right here, and then it just kind of ripped. Yeah, I think I'll just go back in with some Sharpie or something. Color that in real quick. Just because that was my mistake. Oops. Alright, and then what I'll do is, if you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, I'm gonna pat that in to kind of blend it into the jar so it's not too noticeable. We got an easy little fix there. And here we go, the finished Easter collage. Man, this was so fun to make. And I love the whole concept of the magical Easter bunny filling the vehicle with the rainbow, full of all sorts of treats and goodies. Not sure if you're gonna get some Milky Way, some gum, bit of Spam, some Bosco, some tomato soup. You never know. You never know. It could be any of those things, or it could be some Peeps. Anyways, you guys, I don't really ever ask you some questions, but here's a question for you. What is your favorite Easter treat? Whether that be something from your childhood or something you like to get every season. As for me, myself, I like to get jelly beans and Peeps. Those are my favorite. So. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making that collage, and like I always say, I had no idea how this one was exactly going to turn out. I had an idea of where I wanted to place things, but I think the final placement and the final turnout of that collage was perfect. I love it. It was so fun. And like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I truly enjoyed making it, and I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Bye!